Good morning. Just after 9:15 on the last day of March, trading day of March 29th, 2019. And obviously reminding traders to use risk capital that you can afford to lose. It's one of those games that there's risk involved. We've been talking about that. Risk and reward is a very big part of this game. Everybody thinks that it's easy and it's a highway to riches, but usually going to be a few detours along that path. So especially as a retail trader, understand there are risks involved and be responsible for your capital. Markets can do irrational things a lot longer than we can remain solvent. It's a quote that's often tossed about, and I believe that's true. All right, let's look at a couple of charts. Here's our angels and demons. We had a 35 prior high that we have obviously, we had suggested make sure you paid by 30. 29, probably aggressive support where that prior high was. And these are squeeze type pivots that I try to understand and use to our advantage. Yesterday I had said, looks to me like we cannot break that 12. And if we can't bust that 12, it's uh-oh for the shorts. It's 12 to 13 and a quarter, but especially that 12. That's a big pivot of ours. And then they scooted up. Look at these two bars. This is a 5-minute chart. A 10-minute pop. It sits all night. I don't know about you, but I wake up and it's just coming down into that 22. And I'm looking at the chart saying, okay, so what do we do? And the first thing I see is the 5-minute range. I said, okay, I bet they've got to, try to buy the double in here, the 22s. And if they can get it back up above the blue line, then the first target, of course, is going to be that 26 to 27 area. And that's your little doji. And then that thing scoots up. And I said, don't be aggressive shorting because I don't think the high is in. We're going to take out 35s. So my target initially is 37. We're about a point away. And then I believe that upside, we can still get into the 40s today. I posted that last night. But risk and reward should start to come in. But I've got a target at next target at 43 and change. So that's our resistance for now. And it is a very important chart right now because we've got the green line cranking, we've got the red line cranking, and we still have the blue line. So in my opinion, shorts really need to stall this thing, or the probably more appropriate longs take profits. And we're going to maintain an eye on 35 today because that was the prior high. Got news coming out at 10. So anybody that's played the morning after trend day, certainly you want to make sure you guard your profits at this point in time. I said by 37 or by 9:15, make sure you are paid. You may leave chips on the table, but if you've had part of this run and got something already, remember the game is to get our 4 or 5 points per contract per day. So I've got 18 as our support that we'd posted last night. 18 to 22, that is held. So until 18 breaks, that's my support. Digging in for upside. So here's our squeeze type trade right now. And if you're looking back, you can see this double in here. And this was that power bar up, and then they rebought again at that 22. They open around 21. So I've got this next box up here above us. That's our next target zone and the top of last week's pipe. So 35 was the middle from last week, and that contained us, and now we're attempting to bust that, but we're still in the pipe. And you can see where the bottom of last week's pipe over here currently is an important idea to hold. Right? It's going to be in that 26 area. So in my opinion, good fortune above this. Can we get it? Of course, but we've come a long way, and we're going to monitor that 35. So anybody that has had a good run already and played along with the morning after trend day, make sure you've got something in your pocket and be willing to miss a few points. We've got news coming out, in the next half hour. And we'll hit and run and see if we can find a few trades. I do think we'll have a two-way day. I think we've come a long way, and we do need some profits. So it probably will be whack-a-mole for a while. And don't fall in love with the long side here. So this is my resistance, the top of this line. And I'm suggesting that if we get up into this and move stops up, if you're long, and if you're trying short, don't try it all the same time and same spot. Conservative traders can be sidelined for this open. And stolen range again. And this is the monthly. You can see we've taken out that 31, 32. And we've got clear sailing above. So this is the resistance based on this chart. That's why I said we could even get the 48, because that's based on this chart. So what we do have right now, in my opinion, is the double that held, where we obviously came back up above this 14, this 12 to 14. And then we busted out this 31. And now we're above this high, so we need to maintain it above that high and then challenge this territory up here. So the shorts are being squeezed right now. And this is my reference. And obviously my back end resistance today has got to be 48, just by virtue of this chart. And this is probably window dressing. So I think the long side has the ball to drop. And my belief is that by lunchtime today, certainly by the end of IB, we'll know a whole lot more about the rotations. And for now, all we can do is understand that we left off about 21. So at 36, you've got about a 15-point differential. So we're going to say, as we did earlier, 28 is now the aggressive support. And that may be something like a half gap, whatever. But, just below that initial high of 29. And don't think because it's this high we can't go higher. These are bots that are playing this game, and obviously bots can do whatever they want. I do think we will get a reasonable swing short side. I know everybody hates the long side right now, but what can I say? Trend is moving up. 2 ticks away from my 37 target. All right, play well. Sideline if you are a conservative trader for the first 5 minutes. Let the dust settle. Shorts are trapped and are being squeezed right now. 1 tick away.